So we've officially hit 2.5 a while ago. I still have living memory where I hit 1K on the channel and then it hit 2K. And believe me, because this channel is 4 years old. So it is a testimony that, yes, if you want success on YouTube, it can happen, but it is never overnight. It is a very long haul. And if you want to do this particular niche, Scientology, anti Scientology, there is plenty of room still, but I would have to forewarn you, it is a very tricky beast. But I want to be more light and celebratory. I will do something more for the channel members because I think, of course, if you give more, you get more. But I want to give you guys a basic spiel because some people will, of course, inevitably ask, well, I do like the stuff, I do like your videos, but because I get this all the time, who the hell are you? I am not lying. I literally have put out like three, technically four re-intro videos. So if you want to know the basic gist, I've done this like 3 times, but people keep asking, even some of the older subscribers, like, who are you exactly? I'm not I'm not saying this like an angry voice or whatever. I said this 3 times already. It's like, I don't know. It's like it happens. It's like when you see celebrities, you mix them up. Like, the big one is Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, and people think he's Frodo, right? Like, that's Frodo. No, that's not Frodo. That's Harry Potter. So I get it. And people listen to different people. So I get mixed up with other people sometimes. Like, so I've gotten the weirdest, wildest accusation. And it's like, that's not me. That's this person. That's happened to me in real life too. So it's like I swear to God, I was at a restaurant and this guy just kept staring at me saying, hey, you. And it's like, I'm not him. You're thinking about someone else. And I usually even have my ID on me. So I could have shown him saying, yeah, it's not me. That's him. That's another person. But anyways, so let me just give the basic genetic genesis. I apologize to those subscribers. They have heard this. I'll be real quick. Basically, what happened is I had this first channel, which was like a basic kind of Star Wars channel, movie, pop culture channel. And then I thought to myself, oh, I also want to do a lot of auteur cinema, more like, what are we going to call them? Intellectual subjects, philosophy, physics, so on and so forth. So I did the Kubrick channel, which is going to be more Kubrick, Joss Whedon, Zack Snyder, Buffy, Angel, but just do very deep dives into like auteur cinema, auteur TV, because an auteur is just someone who has a huge influence on the work. It can be cinema, television, novels. So I was doing the Star Wars channel for a while, and essentially what happened is like I started doing some Game of Thrones stuff, and I was like, well, I had so many ideas because Game of Thrones is huge. So I was like, you know, it's tough, but you should probably just create another channel because it was just too much. Because like Star Wars is just huge onto itself, and it was just like, well, just doing Star Wars is just going to create a lot of videos. So it just really was an accident. It was purely it's ironic. This channel was technically supposed to be like the backup channel, right? The main channel is going to hit 1,000 subscribers soon because I've got like 930 people. So please give the other channel a chance. Get me to 1K in monetization, please. I can use every help I can get. But that was supposed to be the main channel. It was supposed to be the big channel. And ironically, even the Kubrick channel hit 1,000 before the other channel. So that's the logic of the YouTube. So, and I should warn people, yeah, you can have your game plan for YouTube. It will take you everywhere, so make as many things as you want, make as many channels, go crazy, but have no real set plan because really the thing that you think is going to pay off or the channel that this will be the channel that probably not, it will probably be the other channel. So that's what happened. This channel just kept getting bigger and bigger. Initially to do Game of Thrones, then I started doing the Dune content. And I know people have made this accusation I'm grifting. And oh my God, you're making money and grifting. To this day, you can look this up. My biggest videos are the Dune videos. So if I wanted to be a super grifter, all I would do is Dune. And I'm going to get back to the Dune. I'm sorry, guys. I will finish up the Dune series. I promise. It's just taking forever. And I will get back to Dune because, of course, Denis Villeneuve is going to do the third Dune movie. And I will get back to Game of Thrones because, right, the Night series is coming. And George, I think, is going to announce a few more things soon. So I will get back to that. So where are we now? Well, I know a huge part of the audience clearly regularly wants me to, and I will keep doing it, do updates and analyses and commentaries on the whatever we're going to call it, the Scientology, anti-Scientology movements, crises, intercourses, interforces, interwebs, because it just keeps getting more weird and wild by the moment. And I do appreciate the comments, even the critical feedback that, because I do think I've carved out a space that I am relatively more skeptical, more nuanced than, say, the typical, whatever we're going to call them, anti Scientology watcher, streamer, bloggers, whatever we're going to call them. And listen, I do have my biases, and although the general gist of mainly most of the videos is to be analytic, I'm not like super cold-blooded logic werewolf robotic android. I do have feelings, believe me, I do, and I do have biases. I just found, at least mainly with the Scientology, anti-Scientology stuff, trying to be friendly or nice and cuddly has not paid off. A lot of these ex-Scientologists are very nasty people. They're really nasty. They just bark orders at me all the time. Say, do this, do that. I'll give you this info. Why don't you do that? Why don't you say this? Why don't you say that? I swear to God, even with the Dune videos, Game of Thrones, DC, Marvel, we get into arguments. I'm all for arguments. This by far has been the most toxic atmosphere I've ever encountered. Holy cow. People will just straight up in the first comment say, like, are you like part of a satanic CIA conspiracy? People will say these things. I'm not even exaggerating. People are like, no. Are you like Zero Dark Tony? No. Are you working for Zero Dark Tony? No, I'm not working for Zero. You're working for Zero Dark Tony, aren't you? No, no. You're working for Aaron and Zero Dark Tony. It's all conspiracy. You're in the back room. I know it, buddy. You're cutting up the money. You're cutting up the checks with Jenna. Why don't you just come clean? I got the receipts. I got the screenshots. I got the video to expose you. I've been threatened with, quote, being exposed 5 times as an OSA spy. No one has ever produced this video. This alleged weird audio hot tape that this proves you and Miscavige and Tom Cruise were in the same room planning it all out to destroy Liz Gale and Nora O'Donnell. And I'm like, okay, bring it. And it's never been brought in. I'm like, I'm actually curious what the hot videotape destroying me dead agent packet. The biggest thing I've gotten is I've spoken badly about a dead author. And I'm like, that's a thing? I'm like, bro, people speak badly of dead authors all the time. Say, you're grifting off a dead author. You know, this thing called Nosferatu just came out. It's technically based on Nosferatu. That's based on Dracula, the novel. You know, the novelist behind Dracula? He's dead. You know how many Dracula videos out there? People make money from Dracula videos, Dracula parodies. That's not a thing, stupid. If tomorrow, I have exposed you. You're grifting off the dead author. Okay. That's not even a crime, you morons. Like, I don't get it. All I did was just give my perspective on various events and crises, political, social, cultural. And I think it's a pretty natural evolution. I've studied the main texts and then the surrounding fandoms and the surrounding culture. That's where cults come from. Cult comes from the word culture. This isn't hard for me to map out the evolution here, but some people are really, where'd you come from? I know you work with Zero Dark Tony. Why did Zero Dark Tony let you out of the basement? You were in the basement with Zero Dark Tony. Is that what happened? It's like, no, I've never been in Zero Dark Tony's basement ever. I've never been in Zero Dark Tony's house. Never been in his apartment. Never met the man. Never shook his hands. Never exchanged, emails at the CIA Virginia base farmhouse where we're planning the world domination. That never, ever happened. I swear to God. However, and again, if you're a channel member, I'll go into more dark revelations or funny revelations or just weird stuff that happened with the channel. But I'll give people one thing, because this has persisted, that me and Zero Dark Tony have this deep connection. So let me keep it, like somebody has to remain anonymous. It is what it is. So this anonymous person was like, oh, Zero Dark Tony wants to send you something. So I'm like, all right, fine. I gave Zero Dark Tony an email. I checked the email. I never got sent anything. That is it. That is beyond our YouTube comments. And I've been in his chat. I don't know if he's ever been in my chat, unless it's been under a different whatever handle or whatever the thing is. That is it. That is as close as me and Zero Dark Tony came to communicating with one another. Is he maybe sent me something through an email. Now, good faith, maybe he did send something through the email. And maybe the email messed up. I never got it. That was it. That was the only time this person offered saying, hey, Zero Dark Tony wants to send you something. Okay, you can send me something. Whatever. If he did send it, I didn't get it. Did he even send it? I don't even know. It could be he didn't send it. I don't know. So anyway, I gave him the email. Either he sent something or didn't send something. If he did send something, I didn't see it. If he didn't send something, he didn't send something. That is it. I offered an email. He said he would send something. That is it. That is the extent of my discourse with Zero Dark Tony. And if who's the anonymous person? Don't worry. It's nothing big. It was literally just an offer, and I'm like, okay. He didn't even say what it was. Say Zero Dark Tony wishes to communicate. Zero Dark Tony can make comments on the videos. I don't understand it. But anyway, I even have the Twitter. You could just do a direct message. He could do that. But for whatever reason, he wanted to get an email to communicate with him. But I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, I can understand it. He's a little paranoid, which is understandable because a lot of the SPTV people, want to destroy him, which they do. But, I'm not part of that. I will note and end on a funny note that he has an accusation in one of the older videos saying, this community has tried to destroy. Apparently, he thought it was an SPTV guy. I have never, ever had, ever, the SPTV logo as a part of the official part of the channel. I never even identified as SPTV. Ever. It was just, I just did work on SPTV, about SPTV, commenting. I wasn't even an SPTV guy. And he just, you and the SPTV, you and Nora are trying to destroy me. Right. So that's where I am now. Zero Dark Tony thought I was working with Nora. Nora thought I was working with Zero Dark Tony. Well, there you go. Well, if Nora has the secret email between me and Zero Dark Tony, by all means, reveal it. I'm curious. What was he going to send me? I don't know. I'm still waiting. That's where we are. But that's just one of the tastes of the sheer insanity that you hook up with if you try to do Scientology, anti-Scientology YouTube. It will be quite a trip. It has been mainly, I'll be honest, very painful, but it has brought me a few laughs. I'll give them that. But thank you for subscribing. Stay tuned. We're going to have way more crazy stuff happening. If you want a preview, please sign up for the channel memberships. They start off pretty low at $1.99. If you want really extra goodies, I will put some stuff soon for the higher tiers. Thank you for listening. Please be safe.